Brooklyn Independent Television.
Hello, I'm Randy Piers. Welcome to Sector B, the business of Brooklyn on Brooklyn Independent Television. Brooklyn, like the rest of the city, is full of freelancers and independent contractors, and the recession has only swelled their ranks. If you're one of them, along with the benefits of being your own boss, comes the burden of dealing with tax regulations that apply specifically to you. Are there changes for the laws for 2010? Are there deductions that you're not taking? Sector B's Brian Vines wanted to find out what freelancers should know as they start the new year.
It may not seem like it now, but spring is just around the corner. And if you don't believe me, just wait and see how fast April 15th gets here. That's right, tax forms are in the mail. And while some Brooklynites expect many happy returns, a growing segment of the working population may have to dig deep.
We have 27,000 freelance members in Brooklyn.
Sarah Horowitz is the founder and president of the Freelancers Union.
27,000, is that a big number for New York City? Is like Brooklyn the home of the freelancer?
You know, I think Brooklyn's the epicenter for sure, because Brooklyn increasingly is where a lot of people who are creative or independent workers are tending to live.
To live and pay taxes.
What happens with freelancers is we're just taxed way too much, and we don't even get the government services that regular employees get. So for instance, freelancers pay 2 portions of Social Security taxes. Every time in Albany that they levy a tax on freelancers, like the commuter tax, they structure it with these estimated taxes, so you have to pay it 4 times. And what that really means is no matter how much you earn, you have to get an accountant. And that costs you a lot of money.
To give freelancers a break, I hit the streets to get their questions for accountant Victoria Brush, whose specialty is independent contractors.
Hi, my name is Clark. I'm a freelance producer, and this is my question. If I make a purchase at the end of 2009, but I don't get billed for it until 2010, do I file that deduction for 2009 or for 2010?
Okay, well, that's the question that comes up a lot when people use their charge cards. The date that's important is the charge date. Your statement may cut off in January, but if you charged it on December 28th, that is the date that controls when it's deductible.
Hi, my name is Lisa Amadeo, and I work for a small production company that distributes a film about sustainable agriculture called Fresh. For a period of time, I was working from an office at home, and I'd love to know how I can save receipts or utility bills to write those off for my upcoming tax deadline.
This is another question that comes up a lot. It depends on whether you rent or own. You can deduct your rent, you can deduct your electricity costs, you can deduct your insurance if you have it, you can deduct heat if you pay it. You cannot deduct the gas that you use for your kitchen. If you own your apartment, you can deduct those same things, but also your mortgage interest and real estate taxes. You cannot deduct interest on home equity lines. However, if you're claiming a home office, you really need to talk to an accountant because the home office rules are very strict.
Hi, I'm DOREEN and I'm an author. I have a question about this new MTA commuter tax, how they figured it out, who they're applying it to, and how long I'm going to have to pay it.
The MCTMT tax is what it's officially called, is a new tax that was put in place supposedly to help save the subway fares. It's going to be a quarterly tax that's going to be due every quarter. The first payment for 3 quarters of 2009 was due on November 1st. The second payment for the last quarter of 2009 will be due February 1st. The return that freelancers have to file is the MTA 306, and that will be due May 1st for last year. So it's everybody who works in the metropolitan transportation area.
Hi, my name is Julie, and I recently became a full-time freelance copywriter and writer. and I want to know the top 3 things as a new freelancer that I need to do to get myself ready for taxes. I have no idea, so please help me.
The first thing is you should talk to your accountant at the very beginning so that you know what you need to do during the year and are not having to play catch up at the end of the year. The second thing you need to do is come up with some idea of what estimated taxes you need to pay during the year or setting money aside. It can be difficult your first year, but you need to understand that that money isn't all yours. And the third thing you need to do is keep a really good set of books. And all of this is something your accountant should go over with you.
If your question wasn't answered, here's some free advice.
You're responsible for your own finances. There's not another person on the planet, including me, who cares as much about your money as you do, and you have to know what's going on.
For Sector B, this is Brian Vines.
Brooklyn Independent Television on the BCAT TV network.